Hello, and welcome to the Mystic Arts channel. I'm Crystal, your friendly neighborhood art witch. Today, I'm going to be making grimoire pages that are all about herbs. I found these really cute magazine pages that are about herb gardening in a Pioneer Woman magazine, and that's what sparked this idea. I really liked how one of the pages has little boxes about how to grow the different plants. Since it didn't include any magical properties about the herbs, I thought that I would write that out for myself on blank paper at a later time. So I'll be adding that today as well. Right now, for me, it's starting to show the first signs of spring weather, but nothing is green yet. That doesn't mean we can't do a little herb garden learning and planning, even if it's still wintry where you're at. Try not to press a pretty paper all the way to the binding. I found that really puffs up the book and makes it way thicker, and that's just not necessary. So I glue the scrapbook paper close to the seam, but not too close. Then I trace a page and go ahead and cut. I do not consider myself one of those witches with a green thumb. I struggle to keep the one houseplant I have alive. A lot of that is due to my windows and not getting enough sunlight for plants to thrive. Still, with my exploring all things Celtic, Druidic, and American traditional witchcraft, I have been working with dried herbs more than I ever have in my life. I've been subscribed to the Witch's Moon box for a few months now, so the dried herbs I work with come from there. One of my pet peeves is when the background paper tries to pop off from the journal page. But another is using too much glue and the paper leaving wrinkles. So you can see that I've got quite the conundrum. I found that a combination of Elmer's glue around the edges and using a glue stick for the rest works pretty well. I'm really glad that I can work with dried herbs as an adult witch. I've spoken about my experiences as a baby witch on the Mystic Arts podcast. Comparing my broom closet days, where I could only work with the energies of a plant, to now, well, the differences are just night and day between now and then. The spell work feels different when you have access to the physical plant. When you can hold the herb, smell it, feel it, you can just connect to the energy of the plant so much better. The magical and medicinal properties of the plant mean so much more to you when it's right there in front of you. I wouldn't say my spells as a baby witch were less powerful because I only had pictures of the herbs I needed to work with. I don't want to invalidate those experiences, but spells are definitely easier for me now. I'm still learning a lot about herbs and plants used in magic. I really don't know much of anything about growing plants, so I was pretty excited when I came across these magazine pages. Right now, I can't grow anything without it withering away. My house doesn't let enough sun in through the windows where I could put plants. Still, I'm hoping to have my own little potted plant herb garden somewhere down the line. Maybe when I'm living somewhere different with hopefully more sun. So I do end up with one extra little plant card. I didn't want to make a whole extra page that would end up empty for just one plant, so I ended up making a little flap for it in my book. This is the part where I end up endlessly cutting and gluing and assembling the pages. While I work, and while you work in your own grimoire or book of shadows, How about I read to you a little about these herbs and a few magical notes I added off camera. The magical information is from the Hearth Witch's Compendium by Anna Franklin, A Witch's Notebook by Silver Ravenwolf, and The Green Witch by Erin Murphy-Hiscock. All the planting information on the cards is, of course, from the magazine I'm working with. Dill is incredibly easy to grow from seed, as long as you plant it in full sun. It's also a butterfly magnet. It's good for protection and cleansing sacred space. Fennel grows up to 6 feet tall. It acts as a host to insects that prey on aphids and other garden pests. It's a primary ingredient in hoodoo for unfair treatment by a legal institution, and is great for diffusing any volatile situation. Mint grows aggressively, so plant it in pots. A single mint plant can provide a bounty of foliage and will live well for years. Its magical associations are prosperity, joy, fertility, love, and success. Cold temperatures can kill lemongrass, so grow it in a pot that can go indoors in winter and back outside in spring. It is an excellent cleansing herb and can be used in protective sachets. Basil is simple to grow from seed, but make sure you plant it in late spring after the threat of frost has passed. You can use this plant for healing, love, initiation, business, happiness, home, and money magic. Parsley needs ample moisture, but survives just as well in semi-shade as it does in full sun. This plant is associated with the underworld, ancestral knowledge, the dead, autumn equinox, and Samhain. Oregano needs water only when its soil is dry to the touch, and it never needs fertilizer. It is good for healing, joy, luck, and protection. Thyme has woody stems that grow low to the ground, so plant it where it can spread over the years. Its magical associations are courage, strength, purification, and protection, especially from nightmares. Sage is another sun lover, and it thrives in a raised bed with very little organic matter. Buy plants, not seeds, for the best results. Sage is great for purification, cleansing, and wisdom. It can empower in all manner of magical applications and is a highly aromatic stress reliever. Rosemary grows the best in the ground, but it also can do well in pots, especially in hot, dry conditions. It helps in spells that have to do with the mind and memory, concentration, and meditation. And that's it. I will say that was one of the larger and more complex spreads that I've added to my magical journals. Normally, it's just a single page of art at a time, and I think that suits me better. In a Grimoire flip-through video, you'll probably see another ambitious spread that was over multiple pages, and it ultimately didn't work out. But that's okay. That's how we learn. So thank you for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you don't mind, leave us a comment about any herbs you work with in your own practice. Are you a green thumb, or are you like me and don't have much luck with your plants? Do you keep a garden, or just a few pots? I look forward to hearing from you. Have a magical week and go make some art.